I'm Danielle.
And I'm Festrell, aka Faye, aka Festrell. And this is
Scars.
Scars. We all have scars. Show us yours and we'll show you ours.
It all begins with the same scar, the one we all have to show where we're disconnected from our mothers. We are all of us connected at the center.
Because we push our boundaries, reaching for a sky full of stars until we burst open, skin sprouting scars. Like trophies. And only lovers and doctors, mothers and morticians with hands and stethoscopes and lips see these bodies come out with more than they came in with. Bodies full of scars who would become subway system maps, each tendril of hard-healed flesh, an underground tourist trap, staring down long, dark tunnels of memory, hopping on that train of thought and theory, speeding all the way to the end of the line, past the slow down and just stop signs.
Who knew that a love of books would leave me ending up looking like a superhero? Or a supervillain, apparently. It has faded with time, but the scar next to the corner of my right eye I got while running to the front of the class, age 6, tripped over a desk just to return my book order. At the hospital, the nurse wanted to stitch me up, said the wound would leave a mark. Needles scare me, so I said no. I stood my ground, the nurse acquiesced, and to this day I have a reminder of my pig-headedness.
Because we push our boundaries, reaching for a sky full of stars until we burst open,
Skin-sprouting scars.
Like armor. Because what doesn't kill us only
breaks us stronger.
She's crying as I hold her close and the candlelight bedroom door locked as tight as her fingers around that knife, and I am wrestling with her pain. I'm pleading, baby, please let go. And one night she'll toss the blade across the room in a fever. Another night she'll kiss me hard and ask me to do it with her players in a Racian fairy tale fantasy. Not satisfied with hickeys of violets and daisies, we had to go all the way. All the way to the end of the line. Past the slow down and just stop signs.
It looks like a tiny mouse. Head, legs, tail, and all. It sits proud on my right thumb. Somehow, I wouldn't feel whole without it. The summer before I left Flin Flon, my little brother got a BMX bike. And of course it was up to his sister to make sure it was safe. I took it and sped away riding to the spot where the older boys used to pull skids. I had watched but never done it.
But finally, my time had come.
I started speeding up to the block before the gravel spin-out spot, getting ever closer. And when I reached the rocky bit, I threw my weight to the back, leaned the bike to the right, and fell as hard as I could. I scraped my nose and ran all the way home, my mother drawn out by my screaming. The moment she saw me, she covered my thumb because I hadn't realized how much of it was missing. She fixed me up, put a Band-Aid on, and sent me out to fetch the BMX. And to this day, this little scar in the shape of a mouse reminds me of how much I love my mom for being there.
Because we push our boundaries, reaching for a sky full of stars
until we burst open, skin-sprouting scars.
Like loathing. A monster in human skin clothing, awkward in my kilt and ironed out white blouse, because every boy was gonna be my redemption. Every boy my ticket out. Every boy had a height and depth like a mountain so full they almost supernovaed right there in the lock and line hallways and the booze-date, smoke-laced parties. Their explosions forced inside me all the way to the end of the line, past the slow down and just stop signs.
Needless to say, my reckless days are over, but not so long ago, at the age of 24, I decided to take up longboarding after a drought in my, well, an 11-year drought in my skating career in Vancouver. My friends took me to a place of hills and steepness, taught me to ride, but not how to stop. Poor young woman from Manitoba, only used to long, flat roads, came barreling down, made the turn, but when I saw the car, my instincts served me wrong. I stepped off the board at 45 clicks. And Newton's law was proven. What is in motion stays in motion. I stepped off the board and flew, put my left hand out to protect me, and tore off all the layers of my skin. And as my friends told me to walk it off, I thought, I'll never do this again. And the scar on my palm, which still feels weird to the touch, reminds me of my reckless days and how there are safer ones to come.
Or not. Because we push our boundaries, reaching for a sky full of stars until we burst open, skin-sprouting scars. Like forest fires. Evidence against the two-faced and the liars while we rail against family dramas and corporate spires, fueled and sparked by our half-healed crisscrosses. Keep fighting against our losses. Because every wound made must be given time to close. Every fissure in our fleshly fabric is as much a lesson as a blow to our pride, to our hubris, to our ego, to our core. And if that's not the point of dying, then what the fuck are we living for? We have to go all the way. All the way to the end of the line, past the slow down and just stop signs. Push our boundaries, skin sprouting scars, until we burst open and reach that sky full of stars.
More. But if it is not buying the CD, it's a sign.
Actually, I was thinking people would like fight to the death for the CD. And
outside, more scars.
L'Oreal, the person
the better. Whoa, yeah. The one with the best tale of the scar gets it for free.
I also have a chapbook called An Orgy of Dolphins, A Sky Full of Stars. $2. Or I'll trade.
If you want to tell them though, if you are on the bus riding. And you want...
There are 2 covers, A Sky Full of Stars with the child-friendly version, and then Orgy of Dolphins, the version where you're like,
same chapbook, different title.
I'm reading about orgies and dolphins. So, introducing...
Next, the professional,
prolific,